Hi friends, it's Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014. Lynn, Donna, Jamie here, continuing our assignment within an assignment. This is our last day in Florida. We are supposed to be ready to leave by 4 o'clock today. It's 1:17, so we're almost there. Our instructions for today's work are to put a seal on the energy work that we've done, to put a seal, a sacred seal on it. We don't know exactly what that means, but we see the job ticket. Now it begins. It just started to rain just now. It's living waters, it's a signal, okay? Yeah. So now we ask for living waters, Hold the space, strong upward flow, strong vortex. Now here we come again to the fact that I've never run out of grace before. Right. Always had plenty for myself, plenty for my clients, plenty for my students, enough for everything I ever needed to do, but not enough to heal the biosphere. Been upending my grace bag.
Can see that.
And it isn't enough. Right. Nowhere near enough, actually. So, now what to do, right? Gotta waive my learner's permit. I really don't know what to do when we run out of grace. Never has happened before. What does one do when we run out of grace? Here comes someone. Could be the professor. He says, aha! And he pulls a curtain back. Aha! Kind of like, I've been waiting for you to ask. And he pulls the curtain back. It's one of those freezes, F-R-I-E.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense because I see symbols. Like ancient symbols. Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's a freeze, many levels.
F-R-I-E-Z-E. Yeah. What does it mean? Well, talk about what we know about this. Well, ceremony.
Yeah, freezes depict
ceremony.
Big moments, ceremonies.
Yeah.
Big moments that
iconic.
that shaped history.
Yes.
Big moments that shaped history. We're in one of those moments now. Yes, this is a period of time. This is a period of time that's shaping history. This is significant. This is a pivotal time for this biosphere.
That is true.
Super important. People pretend that it isn't. Right?
Yeah.
Correct.
But it clearly is, right?
Right.
There you go. Any objective observer would say this is a critical time. This has to do with invoking the ancient ceremonies. So now, for 40,000 years and longer, there have been ancient rituals of all the wisdom traditions, probably 100,000 years at least, in this civilization wave, not even talking about the ones that have come and gone before it, right?
Right.
So all the rituals, the power of ritual, invoking the energy of the rituals who have been carried forward through the eons. Does that make sense?
Right.
For example, the Christian prayers, the Hindu prayers, the sacrifices in other religions, the lightings of the candles, the chants, the prayers, the song. Prayer, the power of prayer. The power of prayer in many ways. Asking the gods for help. Right?
Right.
Asking the gods for help. All right, so as members of the biosphere, we can merge with all the wisdom traditions of this biosphere, right? Right. We've incarnated here many, many, many times.
Yeah.
Who remembers lives as a Hindu?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lives as a Buddhist?
Oh, yeah.
Lives in Judaism?
Yes.
Lives in indigenous cultures?
Yes.
lives in the Confucianism and Taoism and the Sikh traditions and all the traditions.
Islam.
Right. So now we've lived them. We have those prayers in our soul, right? We have them in our soul. Let's just practice them now, kind of like stirring a pot, you know? It's kind of like taking those prayers and directing them upward. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yes.
Directing them upward through our own pillars. Through our own pillars, because sometimes people pray, but they pray without focus and without a real sense of connection.
It's just going outwards.
It's going out. So let's gather up the prayers, just like we gather up errors and whatnot. This time let's gather up the prayers, the undelivered prayers, the prayers that never made it upstairs. It's a rhyme. Prayers never made it upstairs.
Almost joyful. Joyful.
The prayers themselves want to go up.
Yeah.
The prayers want to go up.
They're so happy to be lifted up finally after all these centuries.
Letters that weren't delivered.
Right. Letters left on the table. Now, let's gather them up. More prayers, right through our own pillars, right? Just right up our spines, out the spines. More prayers, all the prayers of all the traditions. Whew. Now, not being sloppy with them, intending that they go to the proper recipient. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Like in the right slot.
Yes, that's what I see. Slots like a mail room.
Huge mail room.
Yeah. Same. Draw them through us with the intention to send up our own prayers too. Does that make sense? Yeah. Our own prayers too. And we don't even have to have them formulated in our heads. We can just feel them. We can feel the prayer of our soul. So just gather it up with our hands for us and the entire biosphere, the prayers of the soul, for all of us, the prayers of the soul that maybe weren't even formulated, weren't spoken, and weren't even formulated as a thought, but were felt. The prayers, whoa, that's powerful. So for all sentient beings, human and non-human alike, this doesn't have to be humans. The prayers of the oaks, the prayers of the whales, the prayers of the grasses, the prayers of the insects, right?
Right. The
mountains, the prayers of the mountains, and the prayers of the seas.
Clouds.
The clouds pray. They do. They do. They want to not be wasted.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. They want to fulfill their purpose. They want to fulfill their destinies. So now, for all of us on earth who actually want to fulfill our destinies and who haven't been doing it, which is pretty much all of us.
Yeah, gang's all here.
Gang's all here, group photo, no one's missing. Now's the time. Now's the time right now. Whoa. Now I feel like it's like a squeegee. That's what it is like a squeegee to draw everything toward us. Do you see those squeegees? Yeah.
So when I worked at Fuerza Bruta, one of the things we did at the end of the show, there's lots of confetti, so there's paper everywhere in the show, and at the end of the show there's rain, so it's wet paper, and we have to squeegee all the wet paper to the middle of the floor.
That's what we're doing.
And then shovel it up.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing what we did at the end of the show.
At the end of the show.
At the end of the show. It's the end of the show.
And sometimes there were audience members who didn't want to leave. It was a great show, and the audience dances at the end. And there are audience members who would want to stay and dance, but we'd have to turn on the lights and squeegee up the paper because it's almost midnight and we have to go home. It's time to go. It's time to close up.
Right.
And that was how we would very gently let those people know it was time to go. We'd turn off the music and turn off the lights, and we'd start to squeegee.
So, what are we letting go? What is it time to go? Regret. Forget regret. Forget regret. Our life is yours to miss. So we're just squeegeeing up the regret. You know, that's what this space that used to be Earth was filled with before, and it feels less filled with regret, more clear of regret, letting go of regret. Oh well. Oh well. Now we can turn over a new card. Turn over a new card. Do you see the cards?
Yes.
Turning over a new card. I have lots of cards to turn over. They all want to be turned over. What are these cards? Potential. Potential. New potential. Check me on that.
Yeah.
I get new big potential.
New big potential.
And some of them feel recycled.
Yeah.
Out of old.
They are.
Old things.
They are recycled. Not all. Some of them are shiny
some of them
new.
are shiny and new.
And so we have this table full of cards. Now what? It's odd. It's like he's going to check our layout, like to see if he can help us improve it. You know?
Yeah, he feels more like an art teacher.
Yes.
Thank you, because that's how I was getting.
Yeah, it looks like an art
someone
teacher.
in the art department.
Yeah, he's going to help us with our layout.
Talking about composition.
Go on.
Where things go in certain places.
In a certain order.
Yeah. And balance. Yeah, he's moving things around and saying, well, you've got good elements here, but if you do this, now take a look. If you do this, now how do you like that? It does look better.
Well, he's saying you've got good materials here, and he's looking at the cards. He's saying you've got good materials here, but you're not using them. You're not using them well. And it's like if you have a very nice paintbrush, but you're just jabbing with it. Well, the cards are potential.
For us as a biosphere, yes. Right. So he's saying, look, we've got all this talent here, right?
Right.
All these, and we're not working together as a team.